And we're on.
What up?
What up? It's a sad day for us, man.
Oh, last episode of the season?
Well, yeah, that, and we have to praise Arsenal for winning the fucking league. Joke's over, guys.
I've dreaded this day for 22 years.
Yeah. For 22 years, we've been sitting here going, please no, please no, please no, please no. Yeah.
Look, it had to happen eventually. You guys waited 27 years, Arsenal 22.
We were 30.
30?
Yeah,
so 30 years.
We were 30 years, they were 22 years.
Yeah, we had to, it was a good time for, non-Liverpool Arsenal fans, i.e. me. But, you guys won last year, Arsenal this year. Been a shit couple of years, man.
To be fair, it has been coming for a while.
It has. They've it's been a 6-year build, $1 billion spent. They've stuck with Arteta. So they knew what
I think it does prove the point that sticking with your manager is probably a very wise decision.
Huge long-term game.
Yeah, it's a wise decision, right? You got to stick out if you believe that the manager can do something. Work for us with Klopp.
Yep.
I mean, work with Man City with Pep.
I mean,
kind of different.
Oh yeah, 6 titles in 10 years.
Yeah,
so.
and it's now proven to work with Arsenal.
Yeah,
right? And every other team has been rotating managers. What has happened to them?
Nothing.
I mean, other than the Man U outlier of this season, where they went from trash to kind of
trashy
stability.
they went from trashy to classy.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, I lost $100 to the guy.
Oh, dude, that sucks for you, bro.
Yeah, dude, I had to hand that over today.
Is there a photo of it?
No, it was pretty painful.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, he goes, I want you to give it to me in front of like the one guy in our office because he always says how bad he is at gambling. He goes, I want to see. I'm like, dude, realistically, the bet he made was terrible. Right?
Well, it was a good bet.
Yeah. But it was one of those ones where it's like, I'm going to bet on the 70-1 horse. And then it comes in that one time. It's like the 2.5 Men episode where he takes Jake to the track.
Yeah.
Takes Jake to the track.
Well, why can't I bet on the 100-1 horse?
Yeah. And he's just
like, you know what? You can get out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't need to get out of the car. I can take a limo or a taxi or a hearse.
So, yeah, it was, in fact, at the time, a terrible bet. But then Michael Carrick came in, stabilised them, and got him to the point.
Steadied the fuck out of that shit.
Because when I made the bet, they were in 2 cup tournaments plus the league. They lost both the cup tournaments, and then they only had the league to focus on.
Yep.
You should finish in top 4 with the team they have. Yeah. Right? They spent $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. And look, they did what they had to do. Same as Arsenal. They did what they had to do.
Correct. Look, we're obviously going to go through probably the season wrap up.
My hate is not over yet, though. I have a lot of hate about this.
Oh, we've got some hate to come. Don't worry.
The hate doesn't change.
We have broken down using stats and figures.
Yep,
how
big
we
stats.
can hate on Arsenal.
When they can say don't hate, appreciate, I'm going to keep hating.
Yeah, I mean, I'll appreciate that you guys feel good about yourselves.
That's good.
How about that?
The 22 years without winning, you got to feel good at some point, right?
Yeah, look, I think, well, for today's episode anyway, we'll go through probably the biggest thing for me is the manager changes this season. So I think we'll start off with that.
Yep.
I've got a few fun facts from the EPL season this year.
Awesome.
Right? To break it down.
Who doesn't love an end of season fun fact-a-thon?
No.
Fun fact-a-thon.
You got to love 10 fun facts.
Yeah, 10 fun facts coming right at you.
Then we've got, we'll review kind of the champions of Arsenal, how their season went, why they were so good. Then we've got probably the most contentious items that have gone through this season is the PGMOL, who the rumours are they've chosen their winner this year.
Well, there was a video out that said that they had to rotate their champions, and that's still sticking around.
Correct.
When's the Chelsea turn?
Yeah. You had your time, man.
Fuck.
You had your time.
Isn't it back around yet?
No.
Damn it.
You've got 30 years, dude.
Damn it.
So we'll look at the influence that PGMOL had on the season, on the league this year, mainly VAR.
Yep.
Then we've got a few records that have been broken this year and equaled, so we'll go through those. Then we've got the upcoming Champions League final.
Yep, so that's have a review. Sunday morning. Got Arsenal versus PSG. We'll go through how that looks, what our predictions will be for that final, and obviously just some key stats. And then obviously the wrap-up of our fantasy league. Yeah, it was a good league. It was a good league.
Who won the cup? Who won the league?
Yep.
And any kind of, some bit of banter that we can have for the season. I was terrible, so I'm not going to be doing any of that. And then maybe some ideas that we've got for kind of next season.
Yeah.
We've probably got some few videos that I think we're going to do on it.
Yeah.
But why don't we just start off with the managers in and out this season? Because we had probably one of the biggest
There was a lot
changes of managers this season.
There was a lot.
This has got to be one of the biggest in my recent history of memory for the league. This is the most, I think, changes that I've ever seen from a manager's getting sacked and brought in.
Maybe I'll have a look while you're running.
Go and see if there is.
I'll see if I can find most sacked managers in an EPL year.
So, I mean, look, start off Nottingham Forest.
Oh, the kings of sacking.
The kings of sacking this season. So obviously started off the season with Nuno Espirito Santo.
Espirito Santo.
You know, who was sacked for Ange Postecoglou, who then got sacked.
Yeah, he lasted a whole 4 games.
Mr. DJ.
DJ.
Who then got sacked for
the new one.
Pereira,
who was the old Wolves coach.
It was the old, correct.
Who was conveniently sacked earlier before that.
Well, then we obviously had West Ham sacking Graham Potter.
He fucking sucked ass, bro.
And then they bring in Nuno Espirito Santo.
So I can't believe that. So just to go back to Graham Potter, we sacked Tuchel for him. I can't believe the fumble of a bag.
Yeah, dude, that's terrible.
Oh my god,
that is terrible. Then obviously we had Wolves sacking Pereira.
Wolves, yep. Who then
for Rob Edwards? That's still the most confusing sacking. So what was it going to do for you?
Well, look, at that stage, so 2nd of November, they already were last by a country mile. They hadn't won a game yet. They went a whole half of a season without winning a game.
Which is crazy.
Crazy, right? That was crazy in itself. So what they thought was, fuck it, we're going to just go with a player that everybody knows for Wolves. Mm-hmm. And he was an ex-player. And to be fair, he made the games a lot more fun for Wolves. Mm-hmm. They were winning. They drew against Arsenal. That was a huge draw.
They brought in some juniors that actually made a difference. Yeah. Mane being the main one.
Yeah, they did. I think that Rob Edwards was a good move for them. And now they get to go to the championship, and I think he's still going to be there. So hopefully...
It makes sense, right? You brought in someone that actually improved your team and against all odds. I think, remember, I was tipping him to be relegated last season.
Yes.
And I was one season behind. I was just one season behind, that's all.
Sorry, just to go to which season has the most sackings, it was actually a few years ago. 22-23.
No, really?
They had 14 sackings.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Scott Parker, Thomas Tuchel, there was a Wolves manager.
So Stevie G this season.
Stevie G got sacked. So this would be the second highest because the record used to be 10, right? They had 10, but 3 years ago, 14 was sacked.
Jesus.
The second most. So you weren't far off.
I think this one's more memorable because the same team had sacked managers multiple times, which is fucking insane.
There was a few actually high big sackings. There was Scott Parker, Thomas Tuchel, Stevie G. There was Patrick Vieira, Antonio Conte, Brendan Rodgers, Graham Potter from Chelsea, Sam Allardyce.
Graham Potter again, eh?
Yeah.
These guys are getting sacked everywhere.
Shit has come, bro. Fucking sucks.
But then obviously the big notable one was Enzo Maresca, sacked from Chelsea.
That was 4 months in the making after Colwill got injured and he wanted a centre back, and then he.
Well, I do love the reason that they put in there. It says mutual consent, but then in brackets, walked out.
Yeah, they mutually consented to him walking out. Is that what it means?
He's like, I'm going to leave. And they're like, well, yeah, okay. we're cool if you do.
Well, you're fired.
Yeah. You can't fire me. I quit.
Wait, you can't quit. You're fired.
Hang on, I get paid out if I'm fired. I'm fired.
Yeah, that one was 4 months in the making, and he left on the 1st of January, so it was a good New Year's for him.
And then they brought in the in-betweeners.
Oh, the fucking
Rosenier.
The teacher.
Oh, mate, the
maths teacher Rosenier. Yeah, he was so above.
The funny thing is that obviously when he came in, every single person said, "This isn't going to last long."
No,
and it didn't. And he started well.
He did start well.
He did start well,
and it looked like the players were happy to have someone there that was. I think he was meant to give them a bit more freedom. That was the idea. And they all looked happy, and then they went on the PSG game happened, and we lost 6 in a row and just crumbled from there.
Yeah, he lost confidence in the players. All of a sudden, the attacking football that he was trying to play, all of a sudden wasn't playing.
It was wrong style for the wrong team at the wrong time.
But it's also, you've got so many youth players, and then obviously all the red cards in the season. He just couldn't manage.
Yeah.
He could not manage the emotions that are coming out of that.
the team. And then obviously when it came to a tactical change, I feel like he struggled.
Well, the thing was that when he was doing these moves in France, he had an above-average team against below-average players.
Yes.
When you go to the EPL, we had an above-average team playing against above-average players, and so they knew how to counter what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
And it was simple. It was very simple. Just press. Like if you press our defense, we crumble, and then our midfielders were too high, and we couldn't handle what was coming at us. And look, rightfully sacked. It didn't actually. It couldn't have. We could have gotten out of that bad period and still had a successful season, right? But didn't happen, and you can only put that down. I'm not going to put it down to Liam. He got put into a shithouse position. You can only put it onto the board and Blue Co and whatever the fuck they want to call themselves.
You've got the project that you kept talking about.
They said 5 years. Next year is the 5th year, and we're not in Europe. And they're like, we're going to be competing for the Premier League and Champions League. But we're not even in the Champions League. We're not even in the Conference League. So, yeah.
No, it's not looking good, bruv.
No, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good.
There is one good thing, which we'll get into, but... Yeah.
And then probably the actual best sacking of the season was Manchester United sacking Ruben Amorim.
That
Obviously,
was very worked out very well for them.
100%. So when you looked at it, like, Ruben Amorim made football complicated. It didn't make sense.
He made it very overly complicated.
Yeah.
But they were still doing pretty well. I think they were like 3rd or 4th at the time. But you could just see that there were games that they should be winning that they weren't winning, or games that they were winning they were struggling to win.
They were. I think they were 4th. They were 4th at the time, but they were going through their easy run, and they were either scraping a win or getting draws when they shouldn't have,
and then getting knocked out of both cup competitions in the first round
to teams that they should not be getting knocked out to.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, which obviously was the problem. The players clearly weren't linking up, and they bring in Michael Carrick.
Yep.
This is the second time he's been interim.
Yep.
The first time he was interim, the same results.
They were going really well.
Yeah, they went really well. The team turned around. They started going forward. And then obviously now they have announced that he will continue on with the team next season in a permanent role.
3-year deal, I think.
I think so, yeah. 3 years, yeah. So,
which is crazy. You know what I find amazing? You see these big clubs, right? Like Carrick, and we'll get into Enzo going to Man City. They just got 3-year deals. Why the fuck are Chelsea giving Liam Rosenior a 6.5-year deal? Where do you get off giving this guy 6.5 years?
I don't
understand. Insane. You can do little contracts. Not everybody has to be on a lifetime deal.
Yeah.
Well, they want everyone on a lifetime deal. Like, bro, you don't have to do it.
But it's also how much they fucked Strasbourg to do it.
Yeah, I know, hard. Right?
So
they were in Europe spots. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they dropped out. I will have a look. But I'm pretty sure they dropped out.
Have a look, I'll go through it. But another sacking that I don't think made sense. Tottenham sacking Thomas Frank, which I don't think Thomas Frank was doing terribly. He was in a bad position.
I'm pretty sure they were bottom half, definitely bottom half of the table.
They were bottom half. Like, I don't get, and my reasoning for why I think it was a bad decision is who they replaced him with.
Oh, Igor?
Yeah. So they brought on Igor Tudor, who previous episodes have already gone through it. The 12 teams in 11 years.
The worst record, bro. He's been sacked by every club across every country.
Yeah, at all levels. You've gone from great clubs, like historically great clubs being Juventus, to just terrible clubs in Greece that are sacking him. So I'm like, well, dude, it's not as if he went to big high pressure clubs and just couldn't quite get to that level, and they sacked him because he was 3rd or 4th, and I'd understand that. But dude, he's in piece of shit Greek league, and he's getting sacked.
And Tottenham thought, that's our man.
Yeah. In Tottenham fashion. So they brought in Igor Tudor.
And look, they did the right thing, though. Sacked him, bought into Zerbi.
Yeah.
And look, remember we were talking about that 7-figure payout?
He's getting paid out, baby.
He got paid out.
No, mate. You
can't hate in a guy for getting paid out. I mean, the guy got paid.
Spoiler alert, they stayed in the league. And, mate, the celebration that he had in that final game when they won is insane. He's just running. I actually haven't seen it yet. Oh, dude, he's just running on the pitch, fist pumping like, fuck.
You know what? Because he got payout. He's like, money.
He's like, I am taking everyone to Vegas.
Strip clubs on me.
Dude, fucking great. So I think that was probably another good hire, right? Bringing De Zerbi in.
Yep.
And then obviously, the former Rosenier is sacked, and Callum McFarlane came in as interim.
He did a fairly good job.
Look, for the level, for somebody with no pro license,
Yeah.
he did all right. It's like one of us taking over, dude.
Exactly. You know, I think he did pretty well. I mean, we'll get into the FA Cup later. But, you know, he took on Pep, drew with him once and lost to him 1-0, which was a very contentious game. So, I mean, he's and from what I've seen, Xabi is going to keep him on the staff. So they've got high hopes for him for, you know, maybe not like a future manager's role, but he could be some good, good in the back office.
Well, because I think he was the under 21s or the reserve.
I think it was 20. I think it was 21s. He was our 21s coach. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good for him.
Yeah,
but it was just never going to get the results that you need.
No.
And now, like, I mean, look, moving parts, end of the season, there's obviously been the huge announcement: Pep Guardiola is done at Manchester City.
10 years, I think it was.
Yeah, 10 years at the club, 10 different titles that he'd won. More than
I think he won like 19
10 majors.
I think it was 19 trophies he might have won.
I think it's 19 trophies, but 10 majors because he had 6 leagues.
6 leagues and like 4 FA Cups and a Champions League. I'll have a look right now. Pep.
So obviously he's announced he's leaving.
Yep.
Which
huge
came out in very, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Very interesting news comes out. 2 games before the end of the season comes out he's leaving.
Yeah.
Right? This is after the week before where he told the players, no, I'm still going to be here to obviously keep their confidence high to take on Arsenal. And then all of a sudden, conveniently, they start getting losses under their belt. That's an interesting one.
So he won 20 trophies in 10 years.
Which is
right?
crazy.
6 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, 3 FA Cups, there's 10, 5 EFL Cups.
Yeah. Okay, I'm counting the major trophies, the 10 majors.
A UEFA Super Cup, a FIFA Club World Cup, and 3 Community Shields.
Yeah.
So if we put it in perspective, probably 17 trophies. I don't count the Community Shields as a trophy.
Yeah.
It's a preseason game. But still, 20 trophies in 10 years. You're getting 2 trophies a year. That's not fucking bad.
And he won 2 of them this year when it's one of his worst seasons ever.
Yeah, I know. It's one of the worst seasons. He came second and won a double.
Both domestic cups.
Yeah.
So,
apparently one of his worst seasons ever.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I wish that was our season.
I wish it was fucking our season, man. So he's left the club with the announcement of Enzo Maresca to now join. Which, to be fair, this is
this has been in the works.
This is the league's worst kept secret.
Yes, this is in the works for months and months.
Well, it's pretty much, it was rumoured that Enzo was going to take over at City whilst he was at Chelsea because there was so much back and forth.
Yep.
And I now know that there's rumours floating around that Chelsea or Blueco are considering taking legal action against Man City for the hiring of Enzo Maresca.
I did see that. I don't know where they're going to go with that, but...
Yeah, they're going to say, he forced an exit because he wanted to go to Man City. Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, you're clutching.
Maybe. Yeah, I think they're clutching hard.
You're clutching, right? Yeah. Like, just doesn't make sense.
I think they just need to just focus on themselves.
Correct.
You have enough shit to worry about than worry about what Enzo's doing.
This is what I find with Chelsea at the moment. They're focused on everything outside of Chelsea rather than focus on what is happening at Chelsea.
Yeah. There's a lot happening right here.
Yes, dude. The EPL should be the biggest focus for any club, especially a club at Chelsea's level where you've previously won it and you've invested $2 billion into building this squad. So, I think what is good, they've obviously appointed Xabi Alonso.
Huge signing. This is the biggest signing for us since Tuchel.
Oh, 100% agree.
Yeah. Look, since Tuchel, and before that was probably Jose.
It's obviously crushed a lot of Liverpool fans.
Yeah, tell me how crushed you are.
I'm not that crushed. I'm not one of the Liverpool fans that are sitting in the slot out boat, right? Yeah. I'm one of the Liverpool fans that are like, I'm just going to back the players in the club. I think we've got a good team, right? Building there. There's a couple of holes that need to get fixed, and I go, I can't sit there and to say for somebody that has won us a Premier League trophy, which we have won once in 30 years, to go, let's get him out. Because we sat there for 7 years waiting for Klopp. We sat there for 5 years waiting for Klopp to win a major trophy. And then we stayed with him for 7. And like 5 of those years were shocking. Like,
was it 7 or 9? I thought it was 9.
9 years in total. Yeah. So it was 5 years. It was
until the Champions League.
5 years until Champions League, 7 or 6.5.
Yeah.
Until we won the Premier League.
Yep.
And then obviously
and then a few years after that.
and then a few years after that. So I'm like, I can't sit there and go, okay, so the guy that we classify as one of the greatest managers in our history, Klopp, can win two. Obviously, he's won more trophies than just two, but he won Champions League and one league.
Yeah,
this guy's won one league in 1 year, and we're going to sack him.
Yeah, no.
This is my argument for it. I'd rather back him, right? Give him a season of going, okay, last season wasn't that great, right? Just like Klopp's last season wasn't that great, right? I'll back him and go, okay, well, what can you do next season? You've had your big money spend now. I'm sure you're going to spend a bit of money in this next transfer window. You've come out now and said next year's going to be a completely different look and feel. Sweet, let me see what you got. Yeah. Mate, if halfway through the season you're sitting at 7th, I'm sorry, you most likely get sacked.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's when I back.
But you're willing to give him a chance.
I'm 100% willing to give him a chance because it is funny, and what reignited this for me is watching the Istanbul documentary that came out
Netflix,
on Netflix,
yeah.
The Untold.
Yep.
Right? Dude, when Rafa Benitez came to the club, we were shocking, bro. Like, we were terrible.
That year or the year before? Was the year before?
So the year that he came to the club, we won the Champions League.
Oh, so that year, 04-05.
Yeah, that year. So or maybe he came to halfway through the season.
I think he came halfway through the season before. But
we were shocking.
Like, you guys weren't making Champions League.
No, dude, we weren't going to make.
I think you were 5th or 6th.
Yeah. And not looking like we were going to get better.
Yeah.
Right. Then we had a bit of a run through the Champions League. We drew you guys in the semi-finals.
Shouldn't have beaten us.
Oh, dude, we won 1-0.
That was the ghost goal.
Yeah, I'd take it all day, dude.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah,
fucking cheap
I don't give a fuck,
fucks.
dude. You guys were the Man City back then. Like, you guys had so much money. So, like, I go, but again, in that final, when we're down 3-0, the one thing that brought all the players, Jamie Carragher said it, Stevie G said it, Jersey Dudek said it, all of our players who we classify as like great players now, in the tunnel when they were walking out for half time, when the vibrations and the song of "You'll Never Walk Alone" drove them to be like, we got to do something here. And I feel like that's the right attitude towards the club, rather than sack that guy. I just don't think that that's the right one. And I know, like, talking Liverpool fans, they're upset Xabi Alonso went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
And the question I pose back to all of them is, why is Xabi so good for our club?
Only because he played for you guys.
Correct. Yeah. That's the only reason they can do it. They have no idea about how he's managerial, how he does his tactics. He has no idea what he would bring to the club. All they know is he played for us.
Well, he did have 2.5 successful years.
At Leverkusen.
At Leverkusen.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. But
even the 6 months at Real Madrid, he was having a good season.
I posed the question. It's like, what does he do that's different to what Slot does? But they can't answer it because they don't watch the German league to understand what it is. They don't watch the La Liga to understand how he plays. They don't know if it would benefit our squad or not. So, yeah.
No, it's more of a nostalgic thing. And I get it. Like, how many times have we said, oh, one day Frank Lampard will come and coach us? Like, it's a good thing. Like, how many times have you heard Liverpool fans go, oh, can't wait for Stevie G to manage us? Yes. And you go, I get it, right? It's a nostalgic thing. You bring back this gun player, a legend of your club, and he comes back in, and you think everybody's just going to go, yes. It's like when Zidane went back to Real Madrid. Everybody wants that, right? Zidane goes back. To be fair, though, Zidane is like the greatest midfielder of all time, and he had the greatest player of all time in his squad.
Yes,
so it kind of was going to happen.
And as all the players that were in that squad say, I mean, Zidane didn't really do anything.
He didn't do anything. Yeah. He goes a couple defensive talk, and he goes, just go play.
Yeah.
Cruz, Modric, give the ball to Ronaldo. Yeah. That's how they played, right? It was very simple.
Oh wow, this is probably one of the greatest teams ever built. You just do what you do best.
Play football.
Yeah. Okay.
But look, for the Xabi signing, very excited for that. From his time at Leverkusen, everybody could see how tactical, or not tactical, like how smart he is. Right? He knows how to get the best out of his players. I think everybody looks at the Real Madrid fiasco, if you want to put it that way, as a bad sign for him. I'm pretty sure we said at the start of the season he was going to struggle with the egos.
Yeah.
That's why Real Madrid has always had a personality manager more than a tactician. Whenever they had a tactician, it never worked because these guys that don't want to listen, right? Now, Xavi's now got a younger team. I think he's got guys that will listen to him, and I think it will be a different time now for Chelsea, but there's a lot of shit going on. They're saying Enzo's going to go. They're saying Kukurea is going to go. and they need to get a whole new back line, right? Because they're thinking like Fofana's going to go, Badia Shield, Disasi, fucking all of them. They're all going to go. So it's going to be a very, very crucial window. Do we keep Kukurea and Enzo? And who do we bring in? Because apparently they've given him a bit more leeway to buying ready-made players. Now, they've already bought a couple young guys, right? We've got
Five.
I saw 2.
Oh, no, you've got,
There was that kid from Strasbourg.
Yeah, that kid.
And we got that Quida, I think his name is, from Sporting.
I have no idea.
I know he's a gun, right? He's killed it for Sporting this year. I know those 2. I'm keen to see who these other 3 players are.
There was 2 17-year-olds that have come in. And they're all young players that are like 17 or 18.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So they probably never played.
They'll probably go on the under 18s team.
Yeah,
or something.
but it's the question's going to be, who do you attract without Champions League football?
Well, look, I will go back to when we didn't make Champions League football and we drew Kante in. So we do have the ability to do it, right? But that was under the old regime. That was under Roman. What does this regime have that is going to entice these ready-made players?
6-year contracts.
It's what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be 6-year contracts and big inflated wages. But apparently they're still sticking with their, they're going to have a set
I
thing.
think you guys not having Champions League is probably it's a terrible situation, but it's the best situation for a new manager coming in.
If you want to look at a glass half full, yeah. So I think we go down the Man U route, right? So Man U had no Champions League this year. Mm-hmm. Michael Carrick came in with a good squad and he took them to Champions League. Right now, I think because Xavi's there from the start, he can then just build his team and 1 game a week. We need that. Young guys, they can't be playing 2 games a week. That's experienced player shit. We don't have that. So 1 game a week will be great. Now, I don't need to fucking pay for Stan. I'm not watching the Champions League, bro. I'm cancelling my Stan support once the Champions League is over. Saving myself $40 a month.
Then obviously, as we said, Michael Carrick's been appointed at Manchester United. Now,
this is kind of like what the Liverpool fans are hoping for. Like a legend has come into the team and taken over and steers the ship and hopefully win a trophy.
I mean, look, we've done it before. We brought Kenny Dalglish back.
Yeah?
It didn't work out that well.
No.
It didn't. So, again, that's what I fear, that everyone has this pedestal of Xavi's. Anyway, I'm in the let's back slot and see what he can do.
For Carrick, look, as a player, I never really rated him because he didn't really do a lot. He wasn't a lot of GA, right?
He recycled the ball.
He was the guy in the middle that did a lot of dirty work. But he is one of the smartest midfielders that's probably gone through Man United's
I think the way he played football as a player, he has now translated into being a manager.
Yeah, I think that's probably
stuff.
I think that's probably
simple.
That's probably the best way to put it. He was a simple player, but he did it very well.
Keep it
simple coach.
Have
he
his
did it very
pivot players. Get the ball to his pivot players, so those pivot players can distribute the ball. Right? It's very simple. It's an old school way of playing football.
It is old school, but there's nothing wrong with it.
To be fair, if you went through the league and you go, who played the most exciting football come to the end of the season? Manchester United.
Yeah, they were very direct.
Dorgu and Bruno Fernandes, right? Direct to the goal.
And look how many goals Šeško scored.
He went from 0 in like 10 games.
Yeah.
To like 5 in 3.
Yeah, he was on a tear for a long portion of the season. So look, if I'm a Man U fan, I'm very excited. And now they've got Champions League football. Very, very big window to come up for them.
Well,
this
is the next level for Carrick as well, right? Because the league is one thing, right? And he understands the league. But now you're going into Champions League. So now there's no... And the teams are coming to beat you, right?
And now they also lost Casemiro. Massive loss for them. It's going to be very interesting whether they keep Mainu. They try to upgrade Mainu. I know he's re-signed a new deal. He's going to be the starter, and who's going to partner with him?
Look, yes, I think there's a lot of movements for many teams next year.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll continue that as the kind of window opens. Obviously, we've got the World Cup, so there's going to be delays in who transfers.
Yeah.
I think some of the more interesting things before we move on to the league, the departing kind of veterans. So, Areola from Bournemouth is leaving.
Took him from... Was he there when they were in like 3rd division?
No, I know that he took him promotion.
Yeah, from Championship.
From the Championship.
Yep. So from Championship in like 6 years, taking him to Europe.
Which is crazy.
For a team like Bournemouth, that's fucking awesome.
They stuck with their manager, and what did he do? He was able to produce. He brought some of the best young players. That Ryan that they've got there now,
18-year-old free, Krupi free,
fantastic.
Evan Nielsen's been a mad buy for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they lost
Semenyo, yeah.
their best player, and they somehow got better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? They lost their best player, and they're like, hey, we've got these juniors to bring in after him. They're just a well-run club.
Yep.
So obviously his replacement will come in will be big shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver Glasner has left Crystal Palace, which, I mean, worst kept secret in the world.
Yeah.
He announced it like halfway through the season. Crazy.
Yeah, I think he was, after seeing all those players leave, because they lost Eze, they lost Marquis halfway through the season, they were going to lose Mateta, they lost, who's the one who went to Newcastle? The bald guy. Wissa. They lost Wissa, they lost a shit ton of players, and they weren't getting
No, wait,
anything.
Wissa was at Brentford.
Oh, that was Brentford.
Yeah, it was
they lost
Brentford.
They lost someone else. They lost. They did lose Elise a couple of years ago. But
And they're losing some more. LaCroix is not re-signing.
yeah, so they're going to lose a heap of players. So it makes sense for him. And look, he won them 2 trophies. They hadn't won shit for 50 years, and he won them the FA Cup and the Community Shield.
Yeah, I mean
That's awesome for Palace.
He done his job.
He
right,
did,
for
yeah.
Palace. So he moves on, and we have support. The only other one that's probably of note is Marco Silva. So his contract to Fulham is expiring.
I think he's done all he could with Fulham.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you have to achieve at Fulham? You're not going to win trophies.
You're not going to win shit with the Arsenal B team.
Yeah, correct.
You know, it's not going to happen. So I think he's done all he can with them. Marco Silva's done a great job in keeping them in the Premier League, and they've never been close to relegation. Always been that 8 to 12.
Yeah.
It's always there. And
They're
I
like
think,
the old school Everton, where
just 8 to 12. They're just there. Like, you know they're going to be there somewhere.
Exactly. Right.
And so it's going to be interesting to see who they get, because then you're either going to have to see, are they get worse off or are they going to improve? I don't see them improving. I think they hit their ceiling. But Marco Silva did all he could.
Fulham's still a big club, right? So I think if they get a decent manager in that can utilise them, get them into that top 8, 7.
That's where you got to be pushing for.
Get Conference League for him or something.
Yeah.
Then they can push on from there.
Yep.
But look, why don't we just jump into the actual EPL league?
Top 10 fun facts. Wah.
Let's start with top 10 fun facts. So
we don't have a budget to do any special effects, so I'm going to do the special effects for you. 10.
That's a helicopter. So look, the number one fact: Arsenal's 22-year wait is over. So by securing the Premier League,
It was a good 22 years.
With one game to spare, Arsenal won their first top flight championship since the 03-04 invincible season. Look, Mikel Arteta's squad did it on back of an incredibly stingy defence, only conceding 27 goals all season.
Super stingy defence. I did like how at the start of the season I thought they were going to break Chelsea's record of 15. That one always makes me laugh. Every year I got to hear it. But look,
to be fair, they were saying about Liverpool last season.
Yeah, every year it's the same thing. Whoever's coming first, they're going to break the record. Bro, no one is breaking this record. In this day and age, it is not happening.
No,
and they had a really stingy defence and they were not even close to it.
No, they needed what 12 less goals to equal it.
Yeah. But look, their defense was the reason why they won. I think that he set them up super defensive and they were super strong. They did what they had to do, and congratulations to them.
I think it'll make once we get into kind of some of the records and stuff that have happened in the season. It'll make a bit of sense.
Yep.
Why they had such a stingy defense.
Yep.
But number 2, Bruno Fernandes has now taken the assist record, 21 assists in a season. Speculative.
There should be an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, I mean the last assist he got in the final game of the season.
If anyone hasn't seen, there's a video of the shot that was it Dorgu hits, and it comes off the crossbar and then hits the keeper's hand and goes in. Right? Technically, it's an own goal, but the league didn't overturn it, so we're sticking with it.
Yeah. So in other words, it was good narrative for the league.
Yeah. I also think more people have spoken about the assist record and Pep leaving than Arsenal's title.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bit of a burn.
Dude, the Arsenal fans are burning about it. And it's like, dude, I can't believe there's so much attention on this rather than us. I'm like, dude, because you guys don't shut the fuck up, man.
Which we will get into later.
Yeah. We obviously had record-breaking teenager Junior Krupi had a debut to remember, netting 13 goals. In doing so, he broke the long-standing record for the most goals scored by a teenager in their debut Premier League season, surpassing Robbie Fowler, which is huge, and Robbie Keane, who both hit 12.
Two legends.
Dude.
Two legends of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
of the Premier League. Sorry, 2 legends of the Premier League.
Yeah,
and Krupke,
and legends of the game. Like
Fowler, yeah, Keane, I wouldn't say legend of the game. Yeah, maybe for Tottenham, Robbie Fowler was. I think because he did cocaine on the sideline.
Yeah,
yeah. But look, Krupke, great year. Chelsea will probably buy him for 90 million at some point. Youngman likes to play. Chelsea's all over it.
You want a 12-year contract?
No possibility of upgrades.
Yeah. Then obviously number 4 we had David Raya equals a legend. So Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya was a brick wall, securing 19 clean sheets, which
that's half the season.
Which is whilst not the record, it's an Arsenal club record in a single campaign, matching the legendary David Seaman tallies from both 1993-94 season. Seaman.
It's Seaman.
And the 98-99 season. Which fantastic effort.
Yeah.
He's
got
still
half
not,
a season without conceding a goal.
Just want to make note, he's still not Spain's number 1. No. He's so far off being Spain's number 1.
Yeah, he's not even close to being Spain's number 1. I think there's two gun keepers in front of him.
Yeah, correct. Then you've got Bournemouth's historic stalemate streak. So Bournemouth put together the longest unbeaten run in their 127-year history by going 18 consecutive matches without a defeat. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's awesome. And that's a big reason why they are in the Europa League next year.
100%.
And see Bournemouth in Europa League's hectic.
Yeah,
mad for them.
Bro, I think they play some of the nicest football.
Yeah, they
and
do.
also to lose key players throughout that campaign and still be there. Losing Kirkes, who was probably
is the other one,
rated the best left back
last season
in the league.
Yeah.
And then obviously to lose Semenyo, who's rated as one of the best wingers in the league. In number 6, we've got Igor Thiago, the new Samba King of Brentford.
Samba King.
So finished with 22 goals this season, second to the Golden Boot of Erling Haaland. He becomes the highest scoring Brazilian in EPL history.
He cleared that in January.
Yeah, that is
He
true.
cleared it in January. He smashed it in January. So he's actually demolished that record. But they lost Wissar and they thought, well, Brentford's fucked. Yeah. And they bring fucking Thiago on and he's better than Wissar.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a crazy signing.
Take that, acid to the eyes.
The goggles do nothing.
It still burns. Then number 7...
Crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. Golden Boot yet again to Haaland, so he breaks the record. No one's ever had 4 consecutive Golden Boots.
Has anyone had 3 in a row? I'm assuming someone would have had 3
I'm assuming 3 in a row if this breaks
maybe
the record.
Henri or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
27
look it up, but
I'll have a look.
Yeah, but 27 goals, which obviously not one of his best seasons, but all the same,
wasn't, no.
It was enough. It was enough for the league this year. Number 8, and this one, I don't know if I love it or hate it. The return of the long throw-in.
I love it.
So
I love the long throw-in.
Tactically,
sorry. Putting team. There was 2. Alan Shearer did it, and Thierry Henry did it.
Yeah, for 3.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer makes sense.
Alan Shearer does make sense. He was a gun at Newcastle.
Yeah, ridiculous, bro. He scored from every angle. The return of the long throw-in. So the league saw the bizarre nostalgic resurgence of the long throw after nearly a decade of being phased from modern tactics.
We said it for 3 years.
Clubs collectively weaponized it. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 teams using it. Every club weaponized the long throw. Yeah. Even Liverpool tried it, but we figured out it was only Joe Gomez that could do the long throws, and he was injured for half the season, so we couldn't barely use it.
So abandon that plan.
Yeah, exactly right.
Look, we always said that too many teams try to play like Pep. Too many teams try to do tiki-taka shit. They try to pass it around like fuckwits when they don't have the ability for it. And they just went more direct. Like we said, there's nothing wrong with it. There were a lot of goals scored from these free kicks and, from these throw-ins.
Well, the fun fact is, from November alone, the league registered 11 goals scored directly from a long throw.
In November? That's hectic.
Yeah, nearly eclipsing the entire previous season.
That's mad.
So, that is a crazy, crazy stat. Now, number 9, this is my favourite. Number 10 is my favourite, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Number 9 is my favourite because it's dramatic.
It's awesome.
Right? So chaos in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
The 13.3% of the league's total goals this season was scored in or after the 90th minute.
That's mad. And
it shows that teams are still fighting for results in the 90th minute.
Our tips, there was a lot of tips that I lost because those 90th minute fucking things. And there was 13% is a lot of goals in that little time frame.
Considering there was 1,027 goals or something.
It's like over 100.
So well more than 100 goals scored after
You're looking like
90th
150 goals.
Yeah.
Were scored in the 90th minute plus.
which is insane.
That's crazy. That's mad.
And then the final fun fact.
Yeah, bring this one up, go.
The ball was barely in play.
Oh, my God.
Despite referees adding massive chunks of stoppage time, right? So we had seen there was some 13 minutes of stoppage time. To combat time wasting, the actual ball in play time dropped significantly down to 54.6%. So almost half the game was wasted with the ball being out of play, even though we have 13 minutes of extra time.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
So it means that we're looking at close to 40, well, a whole half of the ball being out of play.
It's a 3% drop on previous years, which were at 57%, which were already down. So they brought in these new laws to bring it up.
And it's dropped again. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when VAR was meant to be like nice and quick and instant?
Yeah.
That's just fucking gone out the window.
But the reasons behind it is there's frequent set piece routines, the tactical long throws, and extensive VAR reviews meant fans saw less active football per 90 minutes than any other year.
Bro, like you could just, I don't want to say football's dying, but there's a stat right there to show you that football is in decline. In the EPL, I mean, just in the EPL.
Again, I've got a whole section today that we're going to go through VAR stuff.
Excellent.
So look, let's move on, because we're obviously going to take a look at the Arsenal team.
Yep.
How they've won it this year. Where they ended up. And look, to be fair, I think that they were the most consistent and probably the best team in the league this year. Like it's not a they should have lost it. They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve to win it. Like I will say, most of all our friends that are Arsenal fans would disagree. By the way, that we've kind of given them shit about their win, but at the same time, you can't give shit to someone that doesn't deserve to win. You know what I mean? It'd be punching down. It's just like me making fun of fucking Wolves for being relegated, which I have done. But again, 85 points. I mean, Klopp will be looking at this going, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, fuck, why wasn't I there?
Yeah. So, wait, you're telling me I needed 97 and 99
to come
points?
second?
To come second? This is fucked. But if we go through it, so points 85, obviously first. Their wins, 26 wins, they were first in that. Draws, 7th. They were 11th on draws, which obviously is a good thing.
Yeah.
Losses to 5th. They had the fewest losses.
That's what you want. You want the most wins and the least amount of losses.
Amount of goals scored was 71. They were second to City, who scored 77. However, goals conceded, they were first, best in the league, which makes sense. And they had the best goal difference.
Yeah, 27 goals conceded is very, very good.
Now, let's break down kind of how they got to these record breaking. Now, a big point for this is that they had 0 penalties given against them, and they had 0 red cards, which
huge point.
Well. So do we look at it going, all right, do they have defensive discipline? Slightly, yes, because you need it to not go across all 38 games.
Yep.
Did they have some help? Probably. So if you look at how they scored the majority of their goals, that is another one. So under their set-piece coach, Nicholas Hover.
Is that the one that they did the photo of the mural?
You better believe it, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a mind-boggling 18 goals from corners, which is a record for the league, right? The previous record was 16. That had stood for 32 years. So, record breaking. Now, across all matches, dead ball situations accounted for 40% of all of their goal output. So the league tend to have shifted in a way that really suited Arsenal's or Arteta's play style.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. 40%. And hold on, I don't think we're including the own goals. Remember for a point there, own goal was their top goal scorer?
Yeah, I think it was like 6 goals.
Yeah, 6 goals was top goal scorer for the first half of the season.
Over 50%.
We're looking at over 50% was non-football play goals.
Yeah. So, own goals, free kicks, corners,
pens.
And pens.
Yeah. Over 50% was that.
Mm-hmm.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Obviously, David Raya and his 19 clean sheets are a big reason.
Look, we can talk shit about their attack, but their defense was fucking
fantastic.
on point.
It was the best in the league.
Best in the league by a mile.
And what do they say? Leagues are won with defense,
100%.
not with attack. Yep. Right? Like you could have the best attack.
You can win games with attack. You can't win leagues with just attack.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, at some point you're going to fault because you're not going to get the goals that you require. But again, if you can keep a clean sheet, if you cannot cop a goal, you earn at least a point.
Yep.
and which Arsenal has now proven.
Yep.
Now, this one can be taken as a positive or as a negative. The shared firepower with them. So, City obviously have Erling Haaland, who's out there as a superstar, scoring 27 goals. They did bring in the new signing of Victor Gyökeres, which is supposed to be, their talisman, their guy that was going to take him over the line. I disagree.
We said at the start of the season. You did. You said at the start of the season.
I disagree completely, right?
Stammer wanted,
he said 20 goals.
20 goals.
He's going to get 20 league goals.
20 league goals.
He got 14.
He wasn't close.
No.
He wasn't close.
There was at no point where he's like, well, this might be...
Yeah, it's going to get close.
Interesting.
Like, it never got close.
It was 14 league goals, mostly tap-ins.
Yeah.
And towards the end of the season, they favoured Havertz over him to start, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people called this. But a massive chunk of their 71 goals came from late box crashing by wide players and centre-backs like Gabriel and Yuri and Timber.
Yeah.
So, again, their defence overproduced on what they had to, but again, it got them in there.
Yep.
Now, one of the key factors, I think, is a debatable one. We think that the bringing in of Zubimendi really opened up Declan Rice to run that team a little bit better. Now, obviously, there's shouts that Declan Rice for Ballon d'Or. I completely disagree. I don't think he's that good of a player. I think he's a very good player.
He didn't even win the English Premier League Player of the Year.
Yeah.
How are you going to win Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Well, we all know it's a World Cup year. It's going to come down to the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, if he wins the World Cup and he leads them, scores a few cool free kicks, okay, cool.
Look, if they win the Champions League and they win the World Cup, it's going to be hard to deny it. But until then...
Oh, mate, there's already talks. Oh, he's better than Stevie G.
No, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm sick of... I can't deal with these comparisons. They're all rage bait. I'm putting it down to all rage bait.
Yeah,
There's no way that they're going to start saying, Calafiori is better than Ashley Cole. I saw one saying David Ray is better than Petr Cech. I was like, come on, bro. I saw someone's like, oh, Saliba's better than Van Dijk. I'm like, bro, he just started.
Yeah, he's
chill. Just chill.
The funny thing is, you go to an Arsenal fan and you ask him, why is Saliba such a good centre back? They can't tell you.
No. Now,
the reason that Saliba is so effective as a centre back is his first touch. He's probably got one of the best first touches of a defender in the league, right? Like, whenever he makes his first touch, it either goes out for a throw when he's in danger or he brings it down. Arguably, he's gotten away with a few things this season as well, which has really helped his case.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of give and go. I think Arsenal fans should just take the compliment of you've won the league.
You've won.
Don't argue the point. If someone goes, VAR was in your favour, I just go, yeah, cool. I'll take it.
Well, what I don't like is how they start comparing these players that won one league to these legends. Like when Leicester won and they start going, oh yeah, Mahrez is better than Hazard because he's won one title. You're going, bro, just chill, right? Just calm down. Or saying like, who was the Asian guy? The Asian one, the Japanese guy that played for Leicester, and started going, oh yeah, he's better than Stevie G because he won in the midfield.
Or Kamada or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. No, it wasn't Kamada. No. It was proper Japanese name.
Yeah,
and they start saying that. You're going, bro, just calm down. Okay, you've won the league. Just be happy with that. Don't start going, these are all timers yet.
Yeah, they're League One now. So I thought, how does this team compare against the Invincibles? Okay. Obviously, they had 5 less points. They're very similar with the goals scored.
I'm confused by that.
I'm also confused by that. I'd have to fact check.
That's right. I'll have a quick look.
The 21, yeah. So they've got a stat sheet here saying Lehmann had 21 clean sheets in that season. He conceded 26 goals. It just doesn't compute.
Yeah, because they just said before that Raya equalised with David Seaman.
Yeah. So, for a club record.
I said here that he kept 15 clean sheets.
Yeah,
maybe they're going off all
competitions, I'd assume.
Yeah.
But, goal difference in the league was 47 for the Invincibles, 44 for this team. Now, I think the Invincibles team had way more talent in it, so much more talent. I don't think that this team on paper is anywhere near what that Invincibles team was.
That 03 team, you had Thierry Henry, you had Perez, you had Vieira.
Bergkamp, dude.
That Bergkamp, bro. That team was stacked.
Yeah. So I think if we look at this team versus the current team, I think the current team was helped by league conditions a lot more than what the actual team was. Now, VAR.
This is where we wanted to get to.
This is kind of where we've all been leading up to. Now, I was trying to think, how do we shape this conversation without looking like we're just purely bashing Arsenal.
We're drinking Haterade, guys.
Yeah.
Big Haterade guys right here.
Cheers. But I thought, well,
Do we just clink white monsters?
Yeah, we did.
Oh shit,
Dude.
Go homo.
We're white trash now. But I thought, well, what is the fairest way to kind of understand how much influence VAR had on the league, and specifically what teams it influenced for? Now I started to go through. Well, let's look at the errors. It's too subjective. There is too many decisions that went for one team but not for the other. PGMOL has too many different categories in which they put it into. So they have an orange card, which means it could have went either way. Then they had, or in other words, I'm just going to sit on the fence. I don't want to make a fucking decision on this.
Even though you're a referee.
They have also different discrepancies of, well, that actually goes down to a league-wide issue of, pushing contact for corners, right?
Corners, yeah.
Corners,
free kicks, anything in the box.
Correct. So, and even when I have arguments with Arsenal fans, right, and I bring it up, they have a perspective on it versus the perspective of somebody else, right? They don't think it's a foul, or the whole league does it. That's just a push and a shove. It's not a foul. So I thought, well, why don't we just look at what are the points impact by VAR? So points with VAR, points without VAR. Now, it gave us a pretty decent insight into it, saying, well, who benefited the most from VAR being there this season? Well, the answer is Arsenal and Sunderland, which Sunderland I found it very interesting, to be fair. Sunderland actually gained 12 points by VAR decisions.
And now they're in Europe.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Worked out in their favour.
And then Arsenal, who are second behind them, benefited 11 points.
Oh, look at that. They won the title.
Yeah. Now, just to preface this, that even if we use the same metric across the league, they still win the league.
Yes.
But they win the league by 1 point. So it would have changed the perspective of, well, what do these last few games mean to the lead up of the EPL champion? One I will note is that Liverpool would have been no different. We would have sucked just as fucking hard, dude. Because, so essentially what it does, it goes, well, if you've eliminated VAR from the league, it wouldn't have overturned certain things and it wouldn't have given you. So rather than looking at how many errors there were and which ones benefited you and which ones didn't, which becomes a complicated discussion of, well, what gives you a benefit and what gives you a disadvantage. This just looks at purely, well, let's just get rid of VAR altogether, and what would the league go if the referees had to make it? Now, the argument is, well, referees would have made more calls.
Yeah.
But there were some very big, clear items, very incidents is probably the better word.
Incident is a good word.
That Arsenal got away with. So Arsenal technically had 8 VAR errors in their favour, which was the most in the league.
Well, not errors, say 8 VAR decisions. We'll go with decisions.
Well,
we don't want to call it errors. We don't want to annoy.
I call them errors because PGMOL calls them errors.
Oh, okay, they called them errors.
Yes, yeah, correct. So this is their official numbers, that there were errors that were called by PGMOL that should have been given against us. Now, there obviously were some that went on their favour. I think it was 5. So 8 worked in their favour, 5 worked against them.
Okay, yep.
So, and this is why I don't like using the argument, because they can go, well, those other 5 in their net is 4. And with that net of 4 or 3 or whatever they want to count it, they go, well, actually, across the league, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if I look at it from a Liverpool lens, we were actually, us and Man U were the 2 worst. So we actually had the most go against us.
In VAR decisions?
VAR decisions, yeah. But if I go and live on that, I'd rather live on this one where it made no difference.
Yeah, you just
Do you know what I mean? What people that probably struggled the most with the VAR was Tottenham, for one. So they lost 6 points.
Brighton, man.
From that, Brighton are the worst with -7.
Fuck.
Still did better than Tottenham, though.
Yeah. So imagine if Brighton didn't get those decisions, they'd be in Europe. Or are they in Europe? Did they make Europa League? Not Europa League.
Did they finish 9th?
I thought they finished above us, to be fair. They finished 8th.
8th.
Right, so they got Europa League, Conference League. Sorry. Yeah, Sunderland, Bournemouth got Europa League.
So
imagine if Brighton didn't get those decisions, they make Europa League.
Yes.
They top Sunderland.
Well, Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Right. If this is, but then obviously the league changes with different points and plays in different positions.
Yeah.
But why don't we go through some of the major VAR or refereeing decisions?
I've been waiting for this moment. Let's do it.
Errors. I know you got a list, so I'll let you.
Well, no. Do your list, and then I'll go over the ones that weren't on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the West Ham one till the end.
Okay.
So one which I thought was very clear was that William Saliba let off against Everton.
Oh, man,
Right?
that one's so blatant.
Well, it's a 50-50 in the air.
Yep.
Everton player goes to
Barry.
Barry
Yeah.
goes to kick the ball. Saliba swings at it and kicks his foot, take him down. Now that has been given as a penalty time after time, and it's a clear error.
Yep.
Right? It was a clear error that somehow got overturned.
And
in their favour.
I think Arsenal ended up winning that game 1-0 off a corner. I think last minute. Yeah. So, I mean, right there's 3 points. Right there.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Right? Then you've got Gabriel escaping a red card at the Etihad.
Oh, with the headbutt?
For the headbutt.
Yep.
Which, I mean, for me, it has been given time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
He's pushed his head.
I'll put it this way. If Haaland goes down, it's a red card.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter that he goes down or not. It's the action.
And again, this is the inconsistency with the calls from
and then you got like the Arsenal boys going, well, he didn't actually headbutt him. I'm like, oh, just because he didn't swing into a headbutt doesn't mean it's not a headbutt. If you're head to head and you go in, technically,
and
that's a violent conduct. That's violent conduct. It's a headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been sent.
100%. Then you've got the Kai Havertz versus Burnley. Now, the interesting one with this one got put into the category of orange card. So the Burnley players try to play out. Kai Havertz has slid from behind.
So far
He's
away.
caught him high with studs in the calf. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the argument that you get back from Arsenal supporters is, well, there's not a lot of pressure in the tackle.
Yep.
Now, the problem is Xavi Simons got the red card against Van Dijk for something that was not as bad. He did rip his socks, and then that's part of why apparently he didn't get the red card.
So now it depends on if you rip the socks or not. Yeah.
Then obviously we had the Wolves offside lifeline.
This one I do not remember. I remember the game, but I do not remember this incident actually happening.
So there was a marginal offside for a Wolves goal that I think could have gone depending where you draw the lines, right?
That was line drawing.
It was line drawing.
It was PGMOL again.
Yeah. So you look at these and you go, okay, 0 red cards, 0 penalties. It's interesting that there's a few memorable moments that can go in. Now, I know you've got a more extensive list than I. So.
I got a little bit more, right? So first, I got 2 incidents from when they played Aston Villa, right? So the first one was Marino's second yellow card. So he gets a yellow card for, I think he took someone out, clear yellow, gets it. And then in the second half, Rodgers runs around him and he grabs his arm and pulls him down. Now, by the letter of the law, he stopped an attacking play. You're already on a yellow. Should have been a second.
The problem is VAR can't judge that.
No, VAR cannot judge that. That's a ref's call. Now, that's all changing next year, which I think is a good idea, because if it's a red card incident, if you're on a second yellow, or if you're on a yellow and it's going to be a red card, VAR should be able to intervene, and that's going to be changed that's what's going to be changed next year. So that was the first one. The second one, a little bit more contentious, but it's the Gabriel elbow into Martinez as the ball comes in for the corner, which was eventually a winning goal. So right there's another 2 points, which could have been 3 had Marino been sent off. So right there, you're looking at more points that were not given towards Arsenal, but that were awarded to Arsenal. Then I've got another 2 incidents in the Chelsea game. We've been through this extensively, but it still comes up every now and then. Declan Rice, he's grabbing onto Hato, and he's got his elbow up here, and the ball hits his elbow. How that's not given a penalty, I will never understand. But it's a penalty every day of the week. You're in an unnatural position.
Well, it's 2 penalties.
It's 2 penalties. He's grabbing one, and he's got a handball.
He's got his arm over his chest.
Yeah.
Right, wrapped around him, and it's not a tussle.
No.
Right? I appreciate the tussle argument. Yeah. I appreciate that, both players pushing on each other. You can see Pedro is just looking at the ball. His arms are over him.
Hato.
Hato.
Yeah. Pedro's later. Don't worry.
Hits his elbow. For me, a penalty.
Yeah, right. And then on the same play, because that led to a corner. The next play, João Pedro gets punched in the face by David Raya. We've all seen the still. We've all seen the video. You can have a still or video. It's penalty either way. Jumps up to punch the ball, punches Pedro in the face, and we have seen those given before. So again, the inconsistency out of control. This one for me still stands out as the biggest one. Is the Brighton tackle for Martinelli.
Yeah.
Right. How he runs into the box. I forget who the player was from Brighton, but he runs in the box. Martinelli's tracking him. Pretty much rugby tackles him down.
Yep.
How that's not given, the ball's in play. So it's not like you can say, like with the corners, the ball's not in play yet, you can't award a penalty. This one's in play, and for some reason they weren't given a penalty.
Yeah,
for me,
well,
that's probably the worst one.
It's a free kick that they're putting in long.
Yep.
Now, I know the argument that comes back from us, oh, he's not involved in the play. I don't care.
That does not matter.
It doesn't matter. So you're telling me if I'm off the ball, I just go kick some guy in the fucking box.
Yeah, that's
what
okay.
are we talking about? Like, it's just a crazy argument.
It does not matter. Because you don't know what could happen. The ball could get headed on. You know, the ball could be flicked.
It doesn't matter. It's just, you can't just throw someone on the floor.
Yeah.
You can't do it, even if it's off the ball and it's in the box.
Yeah,
Right?
I totally agree. I don't understand how that wasn't given a penalty. But again, just more 50-50 calls. And that one isn't even 50-50 in my opinion. If we go on these orange groups, I put them all in orange and they've all gone Arsenal's way.
Yeah.
The next one I've got is the Cunha tackle from Saliba.
Mm-hmm.
Cunha's turned his back to receive the ball. Saliba's come in, clipped him, gone down. Has to be a penalty. It has to. There's no way that it can't be a penalty. But again, they got away with it, and I think they ended up winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think they ended up winning that game, right? So again, another 2 or 3 points that they got awarded. And the last one, now this one is a little bit contentious, but I feel like Tottenham got rorted because the Kolomuani push on Gabriel.
This
This is the biggest dive by a centre back I've ever seen.
Well, especially because Colomani's like 5'11" and
Gabriel's like 6'3", bro.
6'3", dude. He's huge. He's probably 100 kilos or 90 kilos versus a guy who's 70 kilos.
Yeah.
And he just goes flying down.
He does this little push, and it looks like he's been shot in the back.
Yeah.
He's just gone, rah, and you're going, bro, soft as fuck. Ref called it straight away, so there's nothing that VR can really do about that because the refs called it. But again, it's a call that I feel like went their way, and it should have gone as a goal and let VAR decide.
Yeah. And then obviously, look, the final one before we kind of...
No, the big one, yeah.
Was the West Ham equaliser overturned in the late. Look, obviously, every Arsenal supporter goes, it's a foul on Raya. Don't disagree.
100%.
Do not disagree
totally agree
at all. It is foul on Raya. Now, the problem, this is one where Stammer even tried to go, the audio's come out from VAR. It really shows how clear it is. Does not.
It does, but not in the way he thinks.
No, yeah. So essentially, the VAR guys look at the play. Now there are so many fouls in there. Similar again. Declan Rice is all over.
Number one culprit.
Yeah, he's all over pulling go back. Not involved in the play, so if you ignore him, I understand, right?
Yep.
I go, okay. You want to ignore that guy? Doesn't go to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, appreciate it. Then the second one, which I think is the actual original foul, because it's on. It's on the West Ham player.
Was it Mavropanos?
No, it's on the West Ham player that
scored.
has the arm.
Yeah. I thought it was Mavropanos.
Involved in there. Trossard has both arms around him, no eyes on the ball whatsoever, trying to pull him back. They're going, oh, well, Raya's shirt's getting pulled. Yeah, have you seen the guy who's allegedly pulling the shirt? His shirt is pulled up above his waistline. He's wearing a crop top. His shirt's been pulled up from there while Trossard's trying to pull him down.
It's just a wrestling match. But
correct,
they got away with it every time.
So I go, whilst, okay, overturn the goal, that's fine. However, it should be a penalty.
I think that would have been fair.
Yeah, you should go, okay, goal's overturned, no goal, but it's a penalty from the spot for West Ham.
And look, if Raya saves it, you go, Raya just won you the title.
Yeah.
But now it's down as an overturned goal by VAR. You have to put it down as VAR helped them get the title.
Yeah,
it sucks to say because I don't think they deserve that, but it's just the way it's projected now.
The argument that I get back from Arsenal players is...
Fans? You're talking to Arsenal players, are you?
Yeah, that's it. Messaging Declan Rice, just hating on him.
Yo, big deck.
Yeah, he misses that. So the Arsenal fans come back. They go, well, you can't overturn that for the foul on Raya to then give a penalty for the foul from Trossard. And I said, well, I mean,
I think you can.
Liverpool versus Manchester City, they overturned a goal to give a red card to Dominic Szoboszlai
because of the slot, because of the foul.
Because of the foul.
Yeah.
And it's a double jeopardy situation where it's like, well, you could have just let it go, right? Let the foul go, and it could have been a goal. I agree.
Yeah, you could have.
So they could let the Trossard foul go, then you let the Raya foul go, it's a goal.
Yeah, if you want to do square ups, then that's a square up. But That's a great example. The Man City Livo one. Could have given it to Haaland. I think he was the one that scored the goal. Or no, it was Semenyo or something. But Haaland got involved, caused the foul, but unfortunately,
so
there was a red card incident too, so they have to give the red card.
Correct. And there was, again, we were arguing about it on the pod, where it's just like, I'm like, yes, there is an original foul, but the goal continued, so it didn't stop a goal scoring opportunity, right? Trossard has fouled this player, right? Stopping his ability to score a goal. He scores the goal.
Yeah.
Right? Now he goes, okay, well, that player scored the goal because he fouled Raya. It's like, oh, okay. So if you wipe off his goal, but then also he was impeded to get to that goal. If he wasn't impeded, would his arm be up there? That's the question you were asked. So this is, look, 50-50 calls went in Arsenal's favour, which you do need a little bit of help in a season.
A little bit. Fuck. We just lifted off like 15 different incidents that all went their way. So like it's that's the type of shit where you just go, in the back of fans' minds, that's where you go, that's why they won, right? You just have all these incidents in your head. And then you look at the 0 pens and the 0 red cards and you just go, no one's ever done that before. Of course they're going to win the title like that. It's unfortunate that that's the way that they've won the title, because they're going to say, well, we don't care, we won it anyway. And good for you. I'll take it all day. But unfortunately, everybody's going to have that little asterisk next to it and go, PGMOL assisted.
Yep. And look, I think all we've come to by the end of all of that is that VARsenal is a thing.
VARsenal is a thing.
VARsenal is a thing. That's it. If we were Liverpool, they are VARsenal.
It has to be. It has to be.
I mean, and to continue on with the whole VARsenal thing, they do have the Champions League final coming up.
Yep.
So obviously that's coming on Sunday. Next week
I'll be up for it.
A full breakdown.
Yep.
But I mean, what does this game look like going into it? Obviously, Arsenal have already beaten PSG this year.
They did.
2-0 in the group stage.
Yep.
I think that was a pretty volatile PSG at the time. Doué was still injured. I think Ousmane Dembele was in and out of injury.
Probably not playing as consistent.
Yeah, and so obviously, it's probably not the PSG of the season before when they won the quadruple.
Yep.
I think they were still kind of, sobering up from their party from the season. So I don't know whether that's going to be a fair representation of what they can do. But
they beat them 2-1. No, so the PSG won. Hey, what's that? 8th of May. When did they play them?
Recent head-to-head. There's a massive recent start this year. The two clubs met in the Champions League semi-finals last season. That's when PSG, where PSG knocked Arsenal on a 3-1 aggregate.
Yeah. So they won 2-1.
So Arsenal did get a bit of revenge earlier this season, beating PSG 2-0 in London during the league phase.
Why isn't that on my fucking thing here?
It's according to Squawka.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sorry, please continue. I'm going to see if I can find it.
So I think you compare these two teams, I think you probably got the best attacking team in Europe going up against arguably the best defensive team.
I would say definitely the best defensive team. You look at their record, I don't think anyone really compared in terms of defense.
We did see this last season.
We did see this last season.
The final last season had Inter, who were the best defensive team in the Champions League, come up against PSG. Now, I do think the Arsenal team is better than what the Inter team was, but PSG are able to dispatch them 5-0.
If we're still going off, because I know we've heard best attack versus best defense, it's going to be very interesting. Inter was that last year. It wasn't good, bruv. It was done in the first half.
Yeah, but it's also okay. Well, what was the route that PSG has taken to the final versus the route that Arsenal has taken to the final?
I can't find that Arsenal game that he's talking about.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find it. October 24.
That's not even correct.
Yes,
dude.
Screw you, Squawka.
Yeah, Squawka fucked us, man.
So. What were we talking about? The Champions League.
The Champions League. So, obviously, PSG has taken the hard route into the final.
Well, they played Chelsea, Liverpool, Bayern.
Correct.
All right? Chelsea, terrible. Liverpool, very average compared to last year. But Bayern were the fucking team.
They were in form.
They were the team, right? They just beat Real Madrid.
And they had a proper battle.
Yes, that was probably one of the best ties of football I'd seen in a long time.
Yeah, both teams opened up. Both teams wanted to play.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were both pretty shaky.
Yeah, until the second leg that they kind of shorted up a lot more. And then you look at Arsenal, and they played Leverkusen, then Sporting, and then they played Atletico. They're not world beaters. Atletico ended up with nothing. They came fourth in the Spanish league. Sporting won the Portuguese league, but again, it's Sporting. And Leverkusen sacked fucking Dr. Evil. What's his name?
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag. They sacked Ten Hag, so they were in a bit of a phase. And look, they were just happy just to make it, I think. So you compare one route to the other route, and we said from the start, whoever wins on the PSG side is going to win. And I still stick by PSG will win. Going off last year, they got the experience, right? That's one. They've got the players.
They've got the experience, one, winning trophies, two, being in finals.
Winning Champions Leagues.
Arsenal has made history by coming first in the league phase, winning all 8 matches. No one's done it before. There's only been 2 years. We did 7. They've done 8, right? And they only conceded 4 goals in that process. Now, I think as we figured out, that the league phase does not represent what the teams will end up being, right? Most teams get better as the season goes on.
You improve as the season goes on.
I think Arsenal hit a roof and then plateaued for the rest of the season.
It was more of like just finding a way to win, which they did. They did that in a lot of games. They didn't beat teams. They just survived. You want to put it that way. Like they'd score and then just shut up shop.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I get that. You want to win league titles. We've said it before. Defense wins leagues. You want to do it, that's cool. But now you're playing the big boys.
You're playing the reigning Ballon d'Or, right, with Ousmane Dembele. He's probably the top scoring striker in the Champions League this season.
He is? Kane would be, wouldn't he?
He's got 7 Champions League goals, including 3. So he's got 7.
I'll have a look.
Have a look what Kane got. He got 7 in the Champions League this season. But I think we are looking at the unstoppable force of PSG versus the immovable object being...
Hey, you see 27 goals in a year, plus 4 in the Champions League, like 31 goals across 2 competitions.
6 from all games, 4 in the league phase.
Yeah, crazy. That's mad.
In the league phase. But, and I think this is what I get back, right? Like, in those 3 games against an easy team...
Sorry, Mbappe was top scorer with 15, and then Kane was 14.
Okay. All right.
Dembele had 7.
Yeah. Okay. Well... He's going to be the top scorer on the pitch.
Yeah, he's top. Also wrong. Varskilia got 10.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's going to be I think Varskilia's better than he was last season.
Right. Varskilia's got 6 assists as well.
Yeah, dude.
Him, Olise, and Hakimi have the most assists.
Dude, it's crazy. What is going to hurt them is that Hakimi looks like he's going to be out for the final.
Do you reckon that's a bit of
gamesmanship?
Bit of mind
Potentially.
play?
Obviously, they came out and said Dembele is now... fine, he will play the final. Hakimi, they're saying he's more than likely a doubt to play.
Yep.
I'm interested to know because obviously, if they have any bit of ability to play at 95%, 80%, 90%, they're going to play.
Yeah, I think so.
He'll play because this is probably the last time he'll be in a Champions League final. And
Hakimi. You reckon it's last time?
What, is he going to leave PSG? I don't think so.
Not at this stage. We don't see them making another final.
3 finals back to back.
Yeah, I can see them doing Real Madrid shit.
The big ask, but it's also if they keep.
Well, I did read that. Look, he's 27. The guy's got another 8 years ahead of him. I think that he's going to stay at PSG, and apparently that kid that you guys are looking at,
Diomande, PSG wanting
right now. If they get him, they replace him with Barcola, who you guys will get. I think that's a massive improvement. They've still got the best midfielders in the game. And I think if they improve on their defense, like I think Marquinhos is close to going. I think Pacho's a bit sketchy.
Hey, Pacho's he's
a bit sketchy. You know what I mean? So, but if they can find a gun centre back and they get that kid, I don't know if you're going to be able. I could see them do 3 in a row.
Potentially,
yeah,
maybe. I think 3 in a row is just like if you look at the teams that have done 3 in a row, obviously being Real Madrid, that team was.
They were stacked with winners.
This PSG team is very good.
Oh yeah,
like crazy, like history-making team. That Real Madrid team was
legendary.
I think it's one of the greatest teams of all time.
It probably is the greatest team. I know a lot of people say the Barca 09-10 team around that time, Iniesta, Busquets, Xavi, Messi. I get that, right? But this Real Madrid team was fucking good.
Yeah, dude.
But
Modric.
Yeah, they had Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro, and then had Benzema, Bale, and Ronaldo. Okay. And then at the back they had Ramos and Varane and Carvajal, a young Carvajal, and Marcelo with who was the keeper? The Costa Rican one. Navas.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like they had
Yeah.
Navas in goals and they still fucking killed it. But look, do we want to go with predictions?
I know. Yeah, I mean, we can do predictions for the game. I think PSG win. I think it'll be a 3-1.
I'm going to go 4-1.
Yeah, okay.
I think that they will concede 4 goals. Ooh, that was loud.
Didn't like your prediction, dude.
No, not at all. All right, I'll fine 3-1.
Yeah,
Fuck.
3-1. It goes back up.
Yeah, look, I think who's going to stop Vashkilia?
This is the point for me, right? Who are you going to have there? Ben White.
Yeah, I think is he injured?
Apparently so. That'll actually work. In
He
their
probably
favour.
did it himself. He's like, I'm not fucking playing
He's
him.
like, fuck this. He's beating his leg. Yeah. So this is where I think it's shaky for them because I don't know who goes up against Nuno Mendes.
Saka, wouldn't it be?
Saka will be trying to beat Nuno Mendes.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like who's going to mark Nuno Mendes?
Yeah, when he goes forward.
It has to be Rice. And then who's going to stop Hakimi if he plays?
But then if Rice has to get pulled out to stop Nuno Mendes, then they're going to have a field day in midfield.
In the midfield. And then that's where I think they're going to get them, right? I think that with Vitinha and Ruiz and who's the other fucker? Vitinha and Neves. Put those three, bro. Those three are the best 3 midfielders in the game. Nobody tops them. No one tops them.
But they're also a midfield that want to go forward.
They've got the best engine, and they can fucking ball. They can ball out.
Yeah, dude, Vitinha, I've never seen a player that's able to change the speed of a game.
He changes the tempo like that.
Yeah.
He can go from walking pace to sprinting in no time. And before you know it, he's fucking gone. And then all he does is if they give Vashkilia, which we've seen it before, Bayern did it. They gave him way too much space. And, bro, you give Vashkilia space, bro, you're getting torn to bits. But no one is stopping him.
This is the point I'm making. I'm like, so you got Nuno Mendes who can work on the overlap, but he can also come inside, right? So as a fullback, you're going to have to work with William Saliba to go, okay, if he comes inside, you have to pick up Nuno Mendes, while Vashkilia can go to the byline and cut inside.
And rip 3 players.
Yeah. So you go, okay, well, who are you going to have in there? Maybe Urian Timber's back.
He did he play in the game against West Ham?
Have a look. Obviously, you speak to an Arsenal fan, they said, "Oh, Timber will be back." I'm like, yeah, but he hasn't played all season,
bro. And what, you're just gonna fucking just jump into a Champions League final against Vashkilia? Yeah. No way, bro.
So I think what they'll need is the pure Arsenal luck. And
so Ben White got injured against West Ham, and Zubimendi came on for him, and then they played Burnley, and they had Mosquera play at right back.
If it's Mosquera, he's gonna get.
He's gonna get fucking torn.
He doesn't have the speed or the strength to stop him.
Zubimendi played right back, and he was not on the bench. Timber. So, bro, if you're gonna play Zubimendi or Mosquera or Hincapié, bro, it's you're missing your best right back, and you need all your best players.
I 100% agree. I don't think that their fullback's going to be able to get forward. Calafiori, he's not going to be able to get forward.
No.
You're going to leave space for Vashkilia to stand up there,
yeah.
Or for Barcola
or Doué,
or Doué. Even worse.
You're going to fucking compete with Doué, bro. Yeah. It's this is where like the whole best attack versus defense comes into play. Because you're like going, oh yeah, they can defend and whatnot, but this PSG team is just next level at the moment. They're just not, and they did this last year. You don't think they want to go back to back? Like I think for me, it's bigger for PSG to go back to back than it is for Arsenal to win their first title. Like in terms of motivation. Yeah, I think Arsenal are happy they won the Premier League and then we won the Premier League. We're in a final. It's fucking mad. I'm like, and you know what? It is mad.
You can look, but to win it, you can tell by the way that they're celebrating at the end of this season that they've done what they set out to achieve. And it's
at the end of the day, it's still a great season.
Obviously, Arteta's saying that they've won the Champions League already.
I saw that.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Their fans are obviously now.
Look, you got to have hope.
These are the same fans that 5 weeks ago would not say that they were going to win the league.
Remember people saying we should sack Arteta?
Yeah. Yes. After the thing that I was saying that they should sack Arteta.
And now they're going to win the Champions League.
Mind blowing.
They're going to win Champions League.
And now they're going to win the Champions
I
League.
will say, if they do win the Champions League, it's going to be the biggest upset since Chelsea beat Bayern Munich.
Oh, dude, I don't listen. If they win the Champions League, we need to start executing Arsenal fans because they'll never shut up, man.
Bro,
They'll never shut up.
you know they're gonna put statues all over London if they do that.
Oh, fuck it, bro. Just of this set piece coach. But look, before we sign off, let's give the congratulations to our number one Arsenal fan, Daniel Stammer.
Yeah.
Won the league. It looked like he was going to bottle it for a bit.
It got close. It was exactly like the league itself.
Yes, correct.
They were first. He was first for a long time, just like Arsenal, and then Duckman Ewan, just like Man City, caught up to him. Mm-hmm. But then he came home with a wet sail and he took it home, just like Arsenal did.
He did. And
It's crazy how they mirrored each other.
It was
very eerie.
He dropped out of first.
Yeah.
When Arsenal dropped out of first. And I'm like, oh, dude, if they do the double bottle, I'll go, Stam will disappear. We'll never see him again because he just won't be able to stop talking.
And now we can't get him to stop talking.
No. He's now the most talkative guy of all time. From the bloke who wouldn't say that they're winning the league, when to do it. Congratulations to Stammer. 2,382 points. He ends up...
Can we actually put this on the screen, like his actual ranking? Because this needs to be brought up.
So... If we look at it, in Australia, he was the top 552 in Australia, which is fantastic.
I think it was out of 270,000 or 27,000, something like that.
20.
Does it have it there?
Does it have the numbers here?
No, I think it was on the chat.
It was. Yeah, Sam had Googled it.
Yeah.
And he was not too far off being. He was about 120 odd points off first in that.
That's not bad.
He was overall 19,000 in the world.
So it was 19,000 out of
12
million. Times 100 is point. No, sorry, no, it's not point. It is point. What the fuck? 0.0015%.
Insane.
Yeah.
Credit to
season.
Credit to him. So, yeah, I mean, look.
I think he deserves a sponsorship. And then we can just piggyback off that.
Yeah, 100%.
We're not going to do the sponsorship because we're broke as fuck.
Obviously, the other aspect was our cup tournament. We will give it to Easy As because he took out the final 61-41 against Churros, who somehow, with a wild card, did not find his feet in the final.
Yeah, didn't put the right players in. But look, I work with Prav. He's a big Man U fan. Fucking loves the EPL and didn't even know that we played each other in the quarterfinal. No, in the semi-finals. No, I played a Cash and then he beat a Cash.
Yeah, I mean, look, he managed to dispatch Stammer.
Well, if we go from the start, he actually had to qualify.
Yeah.
So Prav qualified to get into the round of 16. He beat Chilati convincingly, and then he beat me. Scroll up. Yeah, so there's Chilati. There. Yeah. So he beat Chilati in the round of 16. Then he beat Stammer, 97 to 93.
97 to 93 is crazy.
Right, that's a mad score, right?
He's crazy.
Then he played a Cash.
I will note, game week 36 was insane. My brother, 97. Gorilla, 102 points to beat him. No. Fucking crazy.
Matt sucked him, bro. Fucking calls me up in the middle of the day because he jumped me, bro. Where'd you finish, bro? Get out of here. A Cash kicked my ass, and then a Cash plays Prav 65-64 in the cup.
That's insane.
Prav just scraped by the skin of his nuts, and then he just disposed of Churros in the final. So look, good work, Prav. I'll hit you up about it because I totally forgot about the cup. To be fair.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I'd given up at that stage. I was terrible this year in fantasy. So I think when we come back next season for this, I think we're gonna have a series of videos. Mm-hmm. I think it's a beginner's guide to the fantasy league.
Yep.
Maybe an intermediate guide, and then probably a kind of a pro guide. I don't know if we can classify ourselves as pro.
Are we gonna get Stammer on board for this?
Maybe we'll get him in as a guest.
Yeah.
What does it take to get in the top 500 in Australia? But yeah, I think we'll put a series of short videos on kind of how to do it. That was some requests from the guys in the league. Barilla gave us the idea, so thumbs up to him. But we're gonna try and just see what's some guides that we can give going into this. See if we can grow our league from 25 and see if we can get more into the league.
I think before we close out, I think congratulations to you. You won the tipping comp.
I will take that. I did forget to tip on the last week.
You did, and I still couldn't catch up. I was fucking burning. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, you didn't tip. Fuck yes. And then like 3 out of 10.
We both got 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because it gave me all the away teams.
Oh, did they?
It gives you all the away teams.
Man.
We did forget to tip, so yeah, we both got 3.
But I will say I beat you in fantasy, so it's 1-1. We'll go 1-1.
All right, well, whatever makes you feel better, man.
I feel great. Actually, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
Shit house season.
But, you know, well, until next week, we'll go through the Champions League final, and then obviously a few more weeks, and we've got the World Cup coming on.
World Cup, yeah.
So we'll have a weekly catch up on the World Cup. But also, we'll probably start putting out some hot games that'll be coming in the World Cup, players to watch, that type of thing as well.
Yep. Sounds good.
Peace out, bitches.
All right. Go PSG.
Yeah, please go PSG.